Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hold On Till Dawn podcast. I'm your host, Erin, and today I have another special returning guest. It's Johnny. Hey.
Hey, 1 second.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Uh,
God.
I have my Hold On Till Dawn sweatshirt on. I've been promoting this show, wearing this everywhere I go.
Nice.
It has
I
you and Drew and MKTO's name on it, and it has like the Philly and May 17th. So I'm like a walking billboard.
nice. I like it.
Okay. So, first question is, you're in Massachusetts again, right?
Yes, right now.
So, are you there for business or pleasure?
It's nuanced, you know. um I mostly for I have a I had a doctor's appointment that I had to go to. That I just have a doctor here that I like see. And it was a friend of mine's birthday, and also just like if I can get out of LA for any kind of extended period of time, or even if it's just for a week at a time here and there, like I love coming home, and it's just like a nice little balance.
Yeah, because LA can be overwhelming. So, like, you need a little bit of a break or reprieve every once in a while, right?
Yeah, I mean, I walked out of the airport in Boston the other day, and I just like breathed a big sigh of relief. I was like, wow, I guess I really needed to come home.
Yeah.
Which is like, I lived in New York. It's nothing gets as like kind of stressful or sort of like the compounding stress of living in New York is like unmatched. So I can't really complain necessarily. Like it's nice every day in LA. Sure, the traffic sucks, and not everybody's nice behind your back, but it's like it's hard to complain when I leave my apartment and the sun's shining, and you know
Is the traffic in LA really worse than other cities?
Um, it's pretty bad. It's definitely not as bad as Boston, which a lot of people argue. But like the Boston traffic has just gotten so much worse over the years. Like it gets worse every day. So
Yeah. Uh,
it's hard to compare it to that.
there's a lot of traffic in Philly too. Like, there's something called I'm gonna mess this up. The Schuylkill, I don't know. And there's like traffic on it like no matter what time of day, especially rush hour. Like, bring a book and read a book while you're driving because like that's how bad it is.
That's really funny. You know what's funny? I have only been to Philly once, so
Wow.
I'm very excited to play the show and go back.
Yay, that's exciting. What are you most excited for? Anything in particular? Like Malcolm said, cheesesteaks.
Okay. I have like a few family members that are coming to the show that I don't get to see a whole lot. One of them lives in Philly, so that'll be pretty cool. And I don't know. I love like exploring new cities. So
Yeah.
um, having really, I went there when I was like 15, I think. My friends and I went to a show at Madison Square Garden, and my friend's mom like had a friend that lived in Philly at the time, so we ended up staying at her house, and we just like walked around Philly the next day, and it was a good time. But yeah, so
As I was driving home today, I had an idea, and I don't know if you'd be game for it because I'm really trying to film like TikTok content with this concert. Not that I should have done it in Orlando to help promote this show, but like I'm doing a dance with Drew. I got to think of something for Tony and Malcolm because I don't know yet. There is a classic dance, but I don't. Malcolm for sure will not do it, and Tony did it once because he was like told to do it. So I don't know if he would do that again. But with you, I think it would be cool if like before the concert, like Saturday earlier in the day, like we found like an ice cream spot and filmed like a Hold On Till Dawn Johnny collab of
Ice Cream
like
Sunday. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Um or we could even do it the Sunday after, the day after, since it's an actual Sunday. So
Yeah.
that would be really cool.
There's apparently like an Italian festival or something the same weekend that we're there.
Really?
Yeah. I'll send it to you on Instagram. It looks pretty wild.
That's insane. There's so much going on that weekend. There's a fan expo, like with a bunch of celebrities, like a convention. There's alumni weekend for UPenn. There's commencement for UPenn. And now there's an Italian festival. Like Philly is going to be
Yeah. Popping.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good. Now I just need to like spread the word. I just was talking to one of my dance moms today because I put on my Facebook, I was like, is anyone a UPenn alumni? Because I'm trying to like reach out to that group of people because they're all going to be there in the city that weekend. So I'm trying to like share the concert. And so one of my dance moms was like a UPenn, um, I was going to say overgrad. That's not right. Graduate student. So she was like, let me try to like find people and share this on LinkedIn. So I'm hoping that helps because I feel like once they know about it, a lot of people will get tickets for it because it's like something to do while you're there. Like you're already there, you might as well go. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Cool.
Okay. So speaking of locations, what is your favorite place that you've ever performed?
That's a good question. I played this show in New York, probably like 2018, and it was this club called New Blue. It's in like Alphabet City, and it wasn't like my biggest show necessarily, but it was one of the funnest shows that I played because it was a really cool venue. I was kind of like really in a good spot performance wise. I was working with kind of like my old music director. We had been making a lot of music together, and we played this. It wasn't really a showcase. It was I opened for this guy. I think his name was Landon, and he was a little more R&B than me, but he had a great sound, and it was like a really well programmed show. And it was this venue that had sort of like a big like dance floor and a bar to the right, and then behind the stage there were like these steps that people could sit on, and then like a section above the stage that was like a bunch of tables where people were kind of overlooking it. So you kind of had a little bit of a 360 like view of the crowd from the stage. So that was really fun, and a bunch of my friends went, and it was just like a fun time afterwards.
That sounds really cool. And you said that was in New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would say that um my other favorite show was the Somerville show because I had never really played a show back home, and it was nice to like play my first Boston show.
Yay. I'm glad I could give you that experience. And this is random. What is your favorite vacation spot?
It's all random, isn't it? All random.
It kind of is, yeah.
What is my favorite vacation spot? Wow. That's really tough. I went to Europe for like a month, like 3 years ago, almost now. And I was not expecting this. And this isn't necessarily my favorite vacation spot, but somewhere that I would love to go back to and like maybe at least spend like another week or two. Paris, like I had a great time in Paris, and I like was not expecting it. I was going as just like a means to get over to Europe for like not the cheapest flight, but like the most like sensical flight for me to get there because I had a wedding like a few days later, and then I had another wedding like 2 weeks after that. So I wasn't really going to come home, and I just wanted to make a little bit longer of a trip out of it. And it felt like a cleaner, bigger New York City. A lot of cool fashion, a lot of cool restaurants, a lot of culture. I just walked everywhere. It was cool.
That's so funny because, well, I mean, were you by yourself when you were in Paris or did you have friends with you?
Yeah, I would say like 75% of that trip I was like traveling alone.
Okay, that's awesome.
But everyone was like, "No, you got to go to Paris. You got to go to Paris." And everyone was like super nice.
Okay,
And
good.
and I met like a bunch of American people there too, so it was like kind of interesting to see like the dynamic there. And also just, the American people that I did meet like introduced me to a lot of different like Parisians or people that were like were in town and just like I met one guy at this one bar who was like, "Oh, I bartend at this other bar. You should come there tomorrow." And then I went there the next day and I met somebody else. So it was just like
Oh, that's
really,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes it more pleasurable. Um, Italy is on my bucket list. I was supposed to go there this summer, but then, um,
Life changes.
yeah, but I've heard like the food is really good. Somebody was like explaining how like, how sometimes you'll eat like carbs here, like eat at an Italian restaurant and you feel like terrible afterwards. They say
Yeah,
like when you do that in Italy, it's like not like that because there's not like as much bad stuff in the food, which makes sense because
yeah,
America has a lot of processed stuff. But so yeah,
yeah.
Italy is for sure on my list. That's like my number one European destination I want to visit before I decease.
Where do you want to go?
So I definitely want to see the Amalfi Coast and Rome, Tuscany, I think is in Florence and Venice. It's like
Cool.
the entire thing.
Sure. Yeah. I went to Rome and Amalfi like 4 years ago. It's a
How
good
was
time.
it?
It was
Good?
a good time. Yeah. Rome. Really wanted to go to Rome. Actually, it was the first place I went to in Europe, and it's just so much history, and
Yeah.
like the Vatican, and just like seeing all the old world still alive. It's just like just was so mind blowing to me.
This, where is Vesuvius? Is that in Italy? That volcano that exploded that like they still have like people.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
My
gonna
geography is not. My geography gets a little hazy once we get out there.
I didn't pay attention in history class, so yeah, Naples, Italy. Fascinating. I think I went to an exhibit there in Philly once. Not an exhibit there, an exhibit in Philly about Vesuvius. And you could like see they had like actual bodies of people like that are covered in the lava or whatever exploded on them. Because they're
Like
like, it like,
fossilized.
yeah, it like created a mummification kind of thing. Weird, but
Wow,
I don't know how we got on this
it's
topic.
creepy.
Sorry.
Sorry,
This
we're gonna
episode
lose
is,
like 10 minutes of this episode to this.
I
It's all
know.
right. We're just we got to get a little
We're
warm
just,
up in there.
yeah, we're just chatting. Okay. Do you have any new music coming out?
I do. I have a song coming out next week, actually,
Oh, what day?
the 25th.
Okay, so this episode's coming out on the 29th, so
Great.
we'll promote that. What's the name of it?
It's called Inside Out. I'll send it
Inside
to you.
Out.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Yay, I can't wait. What's the last song you released before that?
I put out this song called "Is She the One" with my good friend Heretics and Ricky Ayala from Toronto.
And that has been I'm typing it into my um phone. Is she the one? I've definitely that's the one that you've been posting about has been like blowing up, right? It has like a lot of streams.
It's doing really well. I have I don't I hate to be the guy that's like big things coming, but we have like some news that I'll tell you privately, but that will be announced soonish
Oh, cool. That's
regarding that song. Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yay. Love that. I love to see my friends thriving. Okay, so we talked a little bit about, well, in the previous episode, we talked about the Delaware concert and the Somerville concert. So, what was the Orlando show like for you? How was it different, similar?
Orlando was great because obviously it was Tony and Malcolm's sort of reunion show in some ways. Um there was a great crowd. Everybody was just like super welcoming and like, it was great to see them in their element, to see Drew in his element, like again, but with a crowd that like was just so excited to see everybody there. And I was just like really grateful to be a part of it because everyone that was there to see them was just like very accepting of me and hearing me for the first time, for the most part. And aside from some of the people who had been to the Delaware show or whatever, but it was just a really cool experience meeting everybody, and then like walking on stage and like they hadn't even skipped a beat. They were like cheering my name when I came on stage. So it was really cool. Just like getting to experience that.
Yeah, everybody was in like a super how to explain it? The vibes were to like I feel like Somerville was like super chill and Wilmington was too, but this was like a hyped crowd. They were like hype, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It was definitely a next level energy and I think I already told you that so many people came up to me during your set and after your set saying like how amazing you were and so you've definitely created some new fans with that
Yeah.
show.
No, it was really cool. And aside from all that too, like everybody had their own sort of story that like tied really deeply in with like how MKTO impacted their life, or how Drusili had impacted their life, or just like why the cause for the show was so important to them too. So it was like everyone from the performers to everyone in the crowd. Like it was just really cool to just witness all that. And that's why I'm really excited for Philly, because like we'll have obviously some people returning, as people have already sent me messages saying that they're coming and stuff like that. So I think it'll be cool to kind of have like another little like hold on till dawn reunion show.
Yes, yeah. It really like this one is like the homecoming. Yeah. And I think I told you that Brianna's hosting again.
You did tell me that. That's
Yeah, so
awesome.
I'm excited about that too. So it's literally like everyone that was on stage in Orlando is going to be at Philly. So it's going to be really awesome. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
And sure, of course, Brianna with her story as well, just like the impact that that has on the show, and everyone that's taking something from the night or supporting. It's just really cool.
Yep. You told me you had new music, but one of my questions is like, what are you working on now? But is it something you can't talk about because you were talking about something you have new news coming?
No, that's we're still like working out the details on that.
Okay.
But the three of us are also working on another collection of music that we're hoping to record in the next month or so. If not, maybe a little bit longer, but um, not really a full announcement. Just like we're working on new music and we're hoping to put some more stuff out together, and just like kind of have some other things on my end, music wise, that I'm planning for the rest of the year. But that's kind of like the first steps.
Is there any new projects you're working on producing?
Uh, yes, I'm developing a few things right now. I'm developing. I'm co-writing and developing a movie. Um, I'm sort of developing another movie with another friend of mine that's writing it, and um, I've got a cartoon pilot that's kind of in the works as well.
Wow.
That I have been writing with. We have a writing team, and my co-writer from the first screenplay is we're writing that together. So we'll see where that all goes. Again, not really a full announcement, but just like kind of some behind the scenes type input. Like I'm working on that kind of stuff, and then a couple of other things up in the air, just that aren't like necessarily directly related to me, that I'll hopefully start producing in the next couple months as well. So we'll
Cool.
see.
If you ever want to produce any of my books into movies, let me know.
Okay, we'll have
One
to
of
chat about it.
one of my 5 novels.
Yeah, if you have any that you're like you would like see as your favorite or whatever, just
My
you know.
my first one and my last one, but someone kind of stole my first one and turned it into a movie. It's like a little bit different, but have you heard of The Idea of You?
Sounds familiar, but I don't think I saw it.
So it was on, I forget what it was on, but it was Anne Hathaway and some other guy, but My first book is like kind of similar to that, but my first book came out before this lady's first book, so she took it from me.
Damn. Send her that cease and desist.
Okay, if you could collab with any artist, past or present, who would it be and why?
It would be you.
I
uh,
feel like you, Drew, and MKTO should come up with a song. Like that would be the collab that I've always dreamed of.
look, I don't know what their record deal situation is, but I'd love to make a super group song with the four of the three of them,
Right?
four of us. Yeah.
They told me that they weren't planning on recording any new music this year.
Well, are you excited for the last installment of Hold On Till Dawn?
Yeah, I am very excited and I'm hoping that we can still tomorrow is like 1 month away. So I'm hoping that we'll keep continuing to sell tickets. And then the Breaking Free VIP sold more tickets. And general admission, there's quite a few of that too. But I think it'll keep coming in the next month. I have to hang more posters too. I haven't been home and I was really sick for like an entire month. So we're on the mend now. We're all good. So
Yeah, I've got a few other people I think that are going to come too. So, um, and in fact, if they can, I have a few friends from up here that may come down too. So,
okay. Um, I know a lot of my friends and family are coming and they just haven't bought tickets yet. And we got a
yeah,
lot of raffle basket donations, which is really exciting. I think there's like 15 companies that donated. So this is like the biggest, these are going to be like the biggest baskets we've ever had. So that's cool.
wow. Does
Yeah.
that help? Like, do people buy a lot of tickets for the raffle?
Yeah, so like the last show we sold $300 in tickets for Orlando, so that's really good. And then I just donate all of that to the AFSP directly.
Mm,
And yeah, this concert they'll win like a lot more than the other ones. And also Element donated 100 sample packets, which has like 7 different flavors. I don't know if you've ever had Element before. It's similar to, oh my God, why can't I think of the name?
like
Liquid
the
IV.
flavor?
It's like
Oh,
Liquid
okay,
IV, but with less sugar.
cool,
And it has like sodium in it. So yeah, I'm excited about that. That was really cool. They donated for the last concert a whole pack, but this one they donated that as well as packets for every single person that comes to the concert. So that's really cool.
cool.
Yeah. Um, I think that's about it.
Okay, I'll talk about whatever. Like, talk to you all day.
Oh, we only have 3 minutes left technically
Oh,
because we talked forever. I mean, we could start a new
yeah,
one, but I feel like we hit all the bases and
yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you in May.
we'll talk before then. I don't
I
know if
talk to you
Tyler,
like every other day.
I know. I don't know if Tyler's coming or not. Um, he hasn't given me a straight answer, so
Oh,
is Robbie coming?
I brought it up to him, but I just think the travel for him is
Too
like a
much.
lot. Yeah. So,
Okay.
and I don't know. I feel like my set was fine, like the way I did it last time. So,
Totally. You managed while in Orlando by yourself.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It was a lot of fun. It was a great set, and everybody was into it. So I definitely had a good time.
Are you gonna have a similar set in Philly or change it up a little bit?
I'll probably play the new song, and I might like swap out one or two songs just like based on how things went, like at certain points during the set. But
Hmm.
it'll be similar-ish.
Cool.
Yeah, got to play the hits.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you in May.
And likewise, it's going to be a lot of fun. And thank you again for having me
Of course,
on the
every
pod.
time, always.
All right.
It's not a hold on till dawn show without Johnny, so
Yeah, appreciate that.
All right. Well, we'll talk soon. I'll see you in May, and I'm excited to listen to the new song.
Thank you. Can't wait.
Hey. Okay. Bye.
See ya.
Thank you so much for listening. Our website is holdontildawn.com and our email is holdontildawn@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at holdontildawn and on Facebook at Hold On Till Dawn Benefit Concert. See you next time.